Look, man, you can change your life. You can change your life right now, bro. If you're in a fucked up position and you're just dealing with a bunch of bullshit in your life and you need something to give, you need something to change, you need to know that you can change your life to 6 months to a year, bro. 6 months really, but a year to be safe. But we underestimate what we can do in a year. See, us as people, we look for the long term sometimes where it's like we overestimate what we can do in 5 years, but we underestimate what we can do in a year. So if you really want to change your life, understand that you can do it. First of all, that's the thing. You have to have a belief that you can change your life. It doesn't take much, but it takes you to do something different than what you already been doing. So you have to analyze your life, bro. You have to analyze, what has my life consisted of these last couple of months, couple of years of what I've been doing. And you have to go hard, bro. You have to switch your routine up, because if you've been doing the same thing consistently, getting the same results, your life is not going to change. But you have to want it to change first. See, a lot of times us as people, we know what to do to change our life. We have it in our head. The thing that doesn't register is that we don't act on it. We don't act on the thoughts that come into our head of what we need to do to change our lives. Like I said, it only takes 6 months to a year. But the first thing you have to do is you have to disappear, bro. You have to disappear from everybody, because everybody that known you, they knew the old you. They knew the old you that wasn't going hard for your life, that didn't take your life serious. Now you taking your life serious, and you have to have a sense of urgency while doing it. But if you can disappear for 6 months to a year, I'm telling you, bro, you're going to get the results you want, because you're just focused on that. You're just focused on this one goal, or however many goals that you have that's important to you. Don't have too many goals that's not filling your heart up, that you don't have a gut feeling to do. You have to find one thing and then branch off to other things. But that one thing is going to get you to diversify your category or your portfolio. But if you can be disciplined enough, to really go away, just isolate yourself and disappear from everybody. You're gonna have to tell your friends, I can't hang out with you anymore. You're gonna have to tell that bad bitch, I can't see you no more. Like, you have to disappear if you want to change your life, especially if it's not the life you want to be living. We could live a beautiful life, bro. Once you realize that this world is full of miracles, full of abundance, you will understand that all it takes is one decision and one thought to change your whole life. It only takes one thought, one video, one decision to change your whole life. But we don't have a sense of belief in ourselves. We let outsiders influence our decision making, and that's the last thing you want to do. So you have to lock in, bro. And the only way you're gonna lock in is if you disappear from everybody. Because if you're still in the mix and still trying to do your thing and pursue your goal, you're not gonna have a sense of urgency as if you're alone. Because when you're alone, you feel like, damn, like I don't have nobody right now. Nobody's coming here to save me. Nobody's coming to save you, bro. So you have to pick the sense of urgency up. Your back has to go against the wall and be like, there's no going back. I can't go back to my old life. I have to make it. So you have to understand that. Think about it as like this. If somebody had a gun to your head, and I'm not trying to be fucking violent or nothing, but somebody had a gun to your head and said, I need you to change your life in 6 months. And if you don't change your life in 6 months, I'm coming back and I'm going to kill you. I guarantee you, you would change your life, because you know that something is at risk right now. So that's how you have to play it, bro. It's a game. Life is a game. So if you're not ready to go to that next level, you're going to be okay with being average, bro. You're going to be okay with just being stagnant where you was or where you're at. And as people, we can't be stagnant. The best thing, the best fulfillment in life, more than money, more than women, is progress. I always say that. You got to keep progressing, bro. So wherever you're at right now, don't think that's going to be your situation forever in the long term. You can change that, bro. You can change your current situation. And just because you might be working a job that you don't like right now, if you have a sense of direction, you'll know that this is not going to be my life for very long. So I'm not going to dwell in the process right now. I'm actually going to be happy because this is going to just be a stepping stone I went through, and I get to tell my story in the long run when I succeed. Like, I went through all this bullshit to get to here. So you don't want it to be easy, bro, but you have to understand you gotta work. You gotta really do something different and take risks. If you haven't took a risk in your life, now is the time to take a risk. Stop doing what everybody else wants you to do, bro, and do what you want you to do. Like, do what makes you happy. And the reason why I say this is because I was reading a book, and it gave an example on Jim Carrey. And if you don't know who Jim Carrey is, he's an actor. He did Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, Ace Ventura, all these great movies. But I was listening to his story, and I was like, damn, this nigga went through a lot. And you would have never known. You see, nobody knows anybody's story until they tap into a person. And before, like 3 years ago, before he blew up, he was at the lowest point of his life. Like, left wherever he was, came to Cali to be a movie star, and was just broke as hell. But he had a mindset. His mindset allowed him to not think about his current situation. His mindset got him to become a successful, one of the most successful movie stars there is, besides like Denzel and all these other niggas. But he didn't let what he was dealing with in his current situation not allow him to think higher of himself. So what did he do? He tapped into his subconscious mind. He started always saying positive affirmations. Whatever he wanted, he wrote it down and he looked at it. And that's what you have to do. You have to write your goals down so you know every day, this is when I wake up, this is what the goal is. Doesn't matter how long it's going to take, 5 years, 10 years. It doesn't matter. This is the goal. So when you write your goals down, it puts it like you have to reprogram your subconscious mind to knowing that what you want isn't scary. Like, it's not like, because when we have big goals, when we think of big goals, they scare us because we're not programmed to think that we can achieve these big goals. Mainly because we never had nobody encouraging us to tell us how great we are, that we can achieve these things. It's not hard. Nothing's impossible. You see a lot of people achieve the impossible. So it's not like you can't achieve it, but it's the belief system that you gotta have in order to achieve it. So what did Jim Carrey do? He wrote to himself, I'm gonna get a check for $10 million. Some acting company is gonna send me a check for $10 million. This was 3 years ago before he blew up. So he didn't know really he was gonna become a successful movie star, but he still had a belief system that he was gonna do it. And what happened 3 years later? He's in 3 movies and he has $10 million in his bank account. And 3 years ago, he was broke as fuck. So that should tell you right then and there that your life can change, but it starts with a decision, a mindset, and then taking action. But a lot of times when we know what we have to do, the hardest part is taking action. That's the hardest part. You can map out your dreams. You can map out your goals in your mind. But it's harder to really take action and pursue those goals because now it's like, I gotta do the work. And if it's not fulfilling you, it's gonna feel like work. But if it fulfills your heart, it's not gonna feel like work. It's just feeling like I'm doing what I love to do. And I'm gonna keep doing it until it allows me to create a lifestyle for myself. And that's all you have to think about, bro. So get away from everybody. Stop going to the party. Stop going to the club. Stop hanging out with niggas just trying to smoke and then get on. If y'all gonna be around people, get around people that's on the same type of time and you on, that's goal driven, that's has discipline, that's really wanting a different life for themselves. But if you think that you're trying to change your life in the next 6 months to a year, but you're still doing the same thing, it's not gonna work, bro. Your back gotta go against the wall and you have to change shit up. You have to really want to be different. And think about it like this. If you working a job, right? You working a job years and years and years, you're still liable to get fired, bro. And you're still liable to fail at that job. You fail when you get fired. So what do? You go to another job. And I'm not saying a job is bad. You got to have a job to provide for yourself. But still in the back of your mind, have something you want to do for yourself that's going to make you a living. That's going to make you your own boss. Because think about it. If you spend 5 years chasing your dream, doing something you want to do, and then you fail, not saying you will, but if you fail, at least you failed on your terms and you didn't fail chasing somebody else's dream, working for somebody else. So what would you rather do? Spend 5 years or a year to chase what you want to do, or spend a year to 5 years doing something because somebody else told you it's the best decision for you to do, like get a job and do all this extra shit? If that's not what you want to do, bro, why are you putting yourself through that? Because if you spend that same time doing what you want to do, I guarantee you're probably going to have a better result because you have a passion for it. And if you fail, it's like, well, shit, at least I tried. Now I can just go back to doing this job because they still going to hire me. Like, that's how you got to think, bro. But a lot of times, bro, a lot of people just don't have a magnificent belief in themselves, bro. You gotta have a crazy belief in yourself, and you can't give a fuck about what nobody else thinks about you, because in order to change your subconscious mind, you have to think differently about yourself. You have to kill doubt. You have to kill negative thoughts, because you're not going to be able, those negative thoughts are not going to allow you to manifest, to visualize, to really see how your dreams are going to plan out, because your doubt is going to keep creeping in. But when you can exit all that bad belief out and really learn how to map out your dreams and add manifestation, visualizing your shit, it's all gonna fall into place, bro. But you have to understand it comes with a decision, a belief, action. All these things, if you really tap into it, will change your life in the best way possible. But you have to understand that, bro. And don't just think about it, bro. You gotta really feel it. You gotta, cause that feeling, that gut feeling is gonna get you to push past the obstacles, to push past the bullshit, because you understand you've been living in your mind. You've been living in your mind's eye of what your life can be like. So it's a different feeling now. So all the bullshit that you're going through externally, it doesn't matter. It's not affecting you because you're living internally through your mind. Because you see every single day when you wake up, I have a vision of how my life is going to be. When you go to sleep, I have a vision of how my life is going to be. So you're getting emotionally involved with that vision. So it's going to allow you to go a little bit more, to push a little bit more, to accept a little bit more pain, because you understand the outcome and how great the outcome is going to feel like. And that's what's going to get you to change your life, bro. But don't think you're going to change your life doing the same thing you've been doing. You have to do something different. And that's the scariest part, because people don't like different. When you start acting different, when you start acting like you the shit and you better than everybody else, which you're not, because everybody's not better than anybody. We're all the same. But you have to psych yourself out. You have to really psych yourself out to think that if you want to be a professional athlete, that's what I am. Like, even when you're not, that's what I am. I'm a professional boxer. I'm a professional athlete. I'm a YouTuber that got 1 million subscribers. Even if I don't, that's what I'm telling myself. I got a YouTube that got 1 million subscribers right now, and I'm grateful for it. I tell God every day how much I'm happy and grateful that I have 1 million subscribers. I'm happy and grateful that I'm a world champion. Like, I tell myself this because I'm psyching myself out, because eventually I'm going to believe it. You got to remember, the mind doesn't understand what's false and what's real. The difference between reality and a fantasy. The mind doesn't understand that. The mind just knows what you're feeding it, what you're giving it, what your thoughts are. So eventually your mind is going to believe you to believe that, oh, I guess I do have 1 million subscribers. So what are you going to do? You're gonna seek those opportunities. So when an opportunity comes into place, your mind is gonna be like, oh, I'm attracted to what's happening. Like, this is the right direction to go, because you've been thinking about it so long. So when an opportunity comes, you're not gonna be afraid, because a lot of times it's like a defense, a survival mechanism that we have in our body, that when something like kind of scary that we want, but it's kind of scary, we back up. We say, we're not good enough. I can't do that. I'm not good enough. But when you've been telling yourself, I am good enough, and not just good enough, I'm really this shit. Like, I'm really that nigga. You'll understand that when an opportunity is presented in front of me, I'm not going to be scared to take it. I'm actually going to be gravitated towards it because this is what my mind knows. This is the only thing my mind has seen for the past however long you've been manifesting it and visualizing it, and just that's all you think about. But you can't be thinking about it and then start thinking about other things and letting other things distract you. You have to be really self-oriented on whatever it is that you want to do and lock the fuck in.